Richard,
Good
you
morning.
look rather bejeweled today.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you said. I knew
Well,
it.
are you going on Dancing with the Stars or something?
Yeah, I'm looking for a star.
Well, you found him right there in the mirror. Look at yourself. I'm not saying this, and I know I yank
Oh,
your chain
please.
sometimes or whatever. You look fantastic. That's a great ensemble. And then you
I
lift, you
know.
know what? I noticed the subtlety. You lifted your watch to kind of floss that off a little bit
You know
right
what,
there. Acted
Colin?
like you were itching your
Colin, would you do
temple.
me a favor? Could you just jump off a bridge?
I can't believe that woman said that to me. That's fan. That was unbelievable. I can't believe that. That was ridiculous.
Oh!
That caused me a lot of because you said it in jest, she said it absolutely serious. So that was ridiculous. Caused me grief.
What did it? Did it really cause you grief? Because I
Can I
wouldn't think it
let
would.
me explain the situation in totality? Me, I don't really care about you. Say what anything you want about me.
Yeah.
Here's where it became a very serious issue, and it is a serious issue, is because she was wearing a shirt from the 911 from the emergency services of Allegheny County. Okay.
Didn't know
And
that.
yes. And even though she works for Allegheny County emergency services had never seen her. She doesn't go over there. She's very distant from that department. They have had one successful, sadly, suicide, and one person tried to commit suicide who were 911 operators and dispatchers because of the stress of their job, like in the past year, right in their parking lot, either during a lunch break or right after work. And those words really struck those people and hurt those people because it's fallen on deaf ears how stressful their job is. And they meet people on the phone on the very worst times. And to have someone joke about that really bothered them. I think I've gotten an email from every 911 dispatcher and every emergency service person in Allegheny County saying how awful it was that the spokesperson for the county would joke about something like that. So that's where, for me, it became serious because I could take it, whatever, but they were truly offended by that.
That really does put a little different context on it, Colin. And I didn't mean for that to get so serious, but
No.
that's actually tragic. That's
It,
actually tragic, and it's irresponsible. Now, wasn't she placed on leave?
she was. In a way, she did those people a favor, and let me explain how. The director of human services or whatever for the county then has now vowed to get them better mental health training, to help them in their times, to reevaluate and give a sort of a referendum on all that they go through in terms of training. So it's ridiculous what she said, but it brought light to the struggles they go through. And we think all the time, this is all actually a really good topic between me and you and just in life. We think all the time about first responders, fire, police, EMS. Those dispatchers, when you really think about it, are the people that they don't call. You say we call the police, but you don't call a policeman. You don't call a police officer. You don't call the firefighter that's out there. They're the person who's fielding that call when someone's screaming that their child isn't breathing or that someone has been shot. That's actually who's talking to you point to point. And if you think about the stress of that, call after call after call, it might be my cat's stuck in a tree. And then the next one is my husband of 50 years is laid out on the kitchen floor, not breathing. How do I give him CPR? Think of the stress of that.
I'm trying to imagine it right now, and I really can only imagine. I mean, I can't even remember. I know I've called 911 before, but you're so right. And I'm so glad that we're actually talking about this because I couldn't believe it when I saw it and how irresponsible it was. And I hope she's terminated from her role because it was so self-serving. It was so self-serving.
Well, yeah. And the last thing on this is it forced me to understand and open up my eyes when we say fire, EMS, police, and have all these days and all these parades and all these drives and all these thoughts, and we're right about that, and how the first responders and how dead on we are about the level of respect we have for them. That's a faction of their department we often forget about or don't even think about that first point of contact, because they've got to assess the situation. They've got to get it under control. They've got to dispatch. And like I said before, they're actually talking to the person in real time who's going through that moment. Uh, it takes a special person to do that job.
Oh my heavens, it does. Can you tell me the chronology and how that all occurred? What did you say that caused that?
I said something right up your alley, actually, that you and I have talked about on this show before. That's probably the most innocuous thing in history. We had these smoke-filled days, okay?
Right.
And I said, and this is the most innocuous, harmless thing in history. I said, hey, I still went through my workout. I'm going to go through my workout with my partner who's 70 years old. You know him, who is the most in shape 70-year-old in the world. We're going to go down there. It's not going to stop us. But if you have a breathing, I think it's pandemonium on the news. If you have a breathing problem, if this affects you, do what's best for you. I
mean, it's called a choice.
Right. And I said, but then I did say also, I said, and I posted a picture of some old guys in a fedora that very well could have been in Homestead. And I said, hey, let's also not forget that our grandfathers used to work 10-hour shifts in the mill and then come out in this every single day and smoke 2 packs a day.
Yep.
So it is what it is. And I wasn't making light of the situation.
You were putting it in perspective.
And I said, and there was a definitive timeline. I said, 26 hours of some smoke around here. I think if you're in good health and in good shape, you'll be okay. But make whatever decision is best for you. And apparently, she and other people saw that as me thumbing my nose at the county health department in the county and the advice that they gave us. But after 2020, like, I don't take health advice from the county anymore. I don't.
I agree. Case in point, look at it. Look where it ended up. That's ridiculous. That has no credibility. That department, that person has no credibility, and she represents the department.
Well, and here's the part that I didn't even get to, and this is kind of exclusive to our conversation. I haven't talked about this. I went to work out on both of those days. It was Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday with all that smoke around.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked around, and we ran outside. Okay, we ran outside. We did all this stuff. I looked around. I don't know. It's a regular class. There's 15, 18 people there. There's this doctor. There's that doctor. There's this cardiologist. There's that cardiologist. So if
really?
It's so, yeah. So am I going to listen to somebody from the health department and somebody who's a PR
with no
person?
Credentials? With no credentials.
Right. Or am I, and you know these people, but I won't repeat their names.
I know who you mean.
Or am I going to listen to that guy who was a linebacker in college and became a very highly acclaimed medical person?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, you're not wrong. And so when you did your workout, did you notice any difference at all?
Yeah, a little bit of, it felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like when you work out at altitude. Mm-hmm. It was just a little, but again, if you didn't feel comfortable, stay home.
Yeah, don't do it. And I think the other point was, it's not, that one day isn't going to shorten your lifespan.
And say it does by a couple hours, we're all going to die. No, so I'm not going to be, not you. No. I'm not going to be a shut-in for something. I'm going to enjoy life. And it just was what it was. But it became a big thing. And what I think the most encompassing thing was this, is people who will become elected officials now feel as if they're above reproach or above questioning, whenever the Constitution protects people like me and you, and particularly the media. It protects us to be able to question them. We have a freedom of the press. We have a freedom in the First Amendment. And this isn't political at all. This is just our country. We've lost that. We should question a lot. And if the answer is satisfactory, then what are you worried about?
Yeah.
That's just where I am with it.
I think, and I'm lockstep with you. I really am. So if you don't like me, whatever her name is. What's her name even? Who knows?
Abby Gardner.
Yeah, Abby. If you don't like it, too bad. That I'm seriously in lockstep with you. I really am.
Well,
And
you
I
know what?
thought
Also,
it was important that we talk about it.
I'm in lockstep with you about the backpack situation.
Yeah, how
I
about
think
that?
this is going to be the biggest one ever. What is the date? The 14th? Do I have that
August
right?
14th. August 14th. Hosted
August.
right here at Schultz Ford in Wexford. Yes, you can drop off other places, but this is the main event that day. August 14th, Schultz Ford in Wexford, right next to North Allegheny. And since I mentioned North Allegheny, Pine Richland is really, really chipping in here also.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Also, I sent to Chelsea, and so you can reach out to me. You can reach out to the Schultz Ford socials too, or just reach out to me. I found a couple websites and couple deals online where you can buy in bulk, and it's like cheap. There's backpacks for $6. You can buy 20 of them.
Did you send them? You
Um,
got them? Okay.
I've sent them to her. So if
Yeah.
people are looking to in one fell swoop, and Amazon will bring them right to your door. You don't have to go out. They'll deliver them to your house. And I find that to be great. Pencils you can find. There's all that. One thing I've been surprised about the backpack collection in the past on that day, when you pull into the parking lot off of 19, the amount of people come, and this isn't just a, hey, I'm going to drive through. You can if you want, but you have fostered this, and this is something that surprised me in a good way, and something I think that's great. If people are thinking about coming out there on the 14th, it's a mill around, talk to people, grab a donut, grab a cup of coffee, and understand the communal spirit in doing what we're doing. It's not a drive through, throw the backpack out the window. Again, you could do that and just keep it moving. We get to understand why, from a community standpoint, we're all doing this. That has made me feel really good.
Gives us the opportunity to connect with the community, and the community to connect with us, because anybody who's anybody is here at some point. You have sheriffs, you have radio personalities, you have Bubba, you have Marty, everybody. You have anybody that's anybody here, and it's a great opportunity to really connect with the community. And
well, yeah, and you're connecting with the community. You're also doing good, and it's not a do-gooder, patting yourself on the back, celebrating it. It's just something that's the spirit of Western Pennsylvania. I find it to be one of my favorite days on the calendar, because you catch up with people, and you understand how we come together, and we come together proactively. I also find that everybody can come together after somebody's house burns down. Everybody can come together after somebody's injured in a car wreck. What we do on this one is you come together and pay it forward. Hey, we know there are kids who aren't going to have enough money for a backpack or school supplies. We don't even want them to get to the point where they have to ask. Why don't we just give it to them? That, to me, that's the power of giving and doing things the right way. It doesn't need to get to the point where you need to ask. Let's just offer it. I like that a lot better.
Yep. I think we all do also. And we're really excited about it. So again, August 14th starts early. Bubba will be here at what time? 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I think, he camps out the night before. I think he sleeps in his car.
I think he does. Good old Bubba. Okay. So let's take a snippet of football.
Yeah, real quick.
We're back, buddy.
I think the priest at St. Vincent is supposed to bless the field in the next couple days, which is like official. We're back.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm excited. I heard all this stuff about, the bonding trips and all that, but this is it. Here we go. And I'm really liking this Steeler team.
I know you are. All right, let's tackle this topic as the one football topic real quick.
Tackle?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
How much, and we do this every year, but let's get it out of the way. How much should he play in the preseason games?
Not at all.
See, you're going to say that, and then you're going to change as we go through the preseason. Because last year you were like, he's got to get in there and work with these guys a little bit.
No, not now. I think he's had the time to do that now.
Okay.
And I think, he's got another year under his belt with them. What he needs to do he can do in practice. I wouldn't do it, because I'm going to tell you, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have his best year of his career.
There is nothing worse than me absolutely agreeing with you And that's been my stance the whole time, that he's advanced to the point. He's a Hall of Famer. He's this. He can get all his work in practice. There is it's going to be interesting with a new coach to see how he does it. There is zero to be gained by him playing in the preseason games, even one snap.
100% agree. And he's not with a new coach. He's with an old coach. And I think all of the stars are aligned for Aaron and Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, in hindsight, for most people, is probably the best coaching hire we could have made. The best, given the tools that we have right now on our team.
Well, I agree with you, but people wanted glitz, they wanted glamour, they wanted young. They were going to complain no matter what.
Oh, there's no question. But I tell you, that's why I say in hindsight to everybody, not to me, but in hindsight, the people, the doubters, I think are going to become really big advocates for this move. There couldn't have been a better choice. There really couldn't have. I mean, when you look at what we have on our roster, the way we've stacked our tight ends, our wide receivers, this is going to be an offensive team, and that's very different. Plus, the defense looks pretty stout also.
Right.
So, we have the one corner that we're not sure about. Joey Porter still didn't get a contract. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's one of those things the night before the first it feels like it's going to be strung all the way out. They're going to move money around. People are going to restructure.
Yeah.
Joey Porter will get his money or pretty close to it.
But do you think Joey Porter is an elite cornerback?
No, but he's the best you got, and he's good enough. So it's one of those things that you're going to have to pay him. When you measure elite against the rest of the NFL, no. When you measure elite against what you've had from an organizational standpoint, he's the best since Ike Taylor here.
See, I wasn't an Ike Taylor fan, but the thing is, I mean, I have to be honest. I have limited experience, high school football. Yes, I played. You played. But, I mean, a cornerback, aside from a Rod Woodson, man, I don't know how you defend a pass as a cornerback in today's NFL. I don't. You've got these guys are so speedy. They're elusive. They're speedy. I mean, I think there's no stopping a good quarterback receiver combination. You just can't
especially not within 12 yards. If you get in a ball, it's sort of a free for all. That's beyond 20 yards. It's up in the air. Yeah, it feels like in the NFL, in today's NFL, that you could gain 7 yards on every single play if you wanted to.
Yeah, because they're playing off. They're playing off, and they're looking for that big play. But I honestly think about that because, I wonder who is, if Joey Porter's not elite, who is?
Well, nobody on this roster. He's the best you got, so you got to pay him. And that's the true measure is,
how much do you pay him? What's an elite quarterback?
Man, I don't even know. But I think if you're going to trust him, you go longer term than shorter term.
Well, you're going to have to, because I'm thinking they're going to probably come in with a lower number longer term.
Right. And that's the play. And you readjust and kind of fiddle with somebody else's contract like they did. Heath Miller was notorious for this. He would restructure his contract so as to sign this person or that person and move his, and he got all his money at the end anyway, but that's probably what's going to happen with this cap situation.
Yeah. One of these days I'll understand the cap better.
I don't. Can I be real frank with you? It's one of those things where I know it's going to take hard, long, and intensive scrutiny and study. So I don't even take like 2 steps down that road.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But
the good news is our guy is known to be one of the best in the business.
Oh, Omar, yeah. So he'll get it done for sure.
Yeah. He will.
Last thing before I let you go.
Yeah.
This will make you happy.
Okay.
Another one on my street. This is when you feel old. Girl turns 16, gets her driver's license. Here we go. You know what's real big in the 16-year-old world?
Bronco sports.
You nailed it. You stole my thunder. It is like become the new 16-year-old car.
It's cool. It's very cool. And the great thing is that we've got great color choices. There's Heritage. There's the baby blue, which is like
you got black on black, all black, jet black.
Black on black is gorgeous. You can't go wrong with black.
It is the new, like, it's safe enough. It's trustworthy.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything ridiculous in it, so parents trust you. The ratings are, the price point is great. All these kids have Bronco Sports.
It's almost like I remember a long time ago, the cool car for those kids, and primarily female, was a white Volkswagen convertible.
There you go.
You remember those?
But it is there. I go in that parking lot, drop my kids off. There's 50 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. They do. You're right about that. That's a good call out. They do. They do. Young people really do like it. Well, you've got the Bronco, and you've got the looks and the appeal, and it's cool. Very
Yep.
cool.
All righty. So next week, I'll talk to you. We're getting closer to August 14th, backpack drive, so don't miss it.
What's the date training camp opens?
Coming up, I don't know, the next week, in the next couple of weeks. I haven't followed it that.
July 29th, Chris.
Yeah, that's next Wednesday, right?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, week from today.
Aaron, let's go, baby.
All right. I'll